Welcome back to podcast 55. It's going to be an exciting one. We have a giveaway. And welcome, listeners. It is almost deer season here in Iowa.
Yep, deer season for the littles in a couple days.
Is
By the time this airs, it's opening weekend here. So
it's exciting. Jace is ready. I know your kids are probably ready, and there's a lot of littles around Iowa that are anticipating and getting excited. And it looks like some weather's coming in tomorrow and then through the weekend. So we'll see how that plays out. But
yeah, it should be good. We need the rain. I've been saying the last few times, the one day I don't want it to rain, it's going to rain. But at this point, I'll take it. If we can get some good moisture, that'll breathe life into everything, clover and Nebraskas, and just make everything go just a little bit greener for the last
fill up
couple
the earth
weeks.
ponds too.
Yeah, I put 30 gallons in mine this morning. I got 5-gallon clean tanks that I use for my chemical stuff for carpet cleaning. I buy
Filled
them
it up.
I buy them from the company. They're clean.
Jason and I went Sunday and checked it out, and there were some frogs swimming around in it. And about every deer that comes into the clover goes and hits that earth pond, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, mine. I get so many pictures every night of just deer in.
Yeah, you've had deer standing in yours.
There's a doe there with twins, and they are in it all the time. They walk right in it, and I'm waiting to get a picture of one laying in it.
I've not had that happen yet, but you've also had great blue herons.
Yep.
You had other critters, squirrels, or
oh yeah, raccoons every night. Had that great blue heron one time coming in there, which isn't super shocking. There's a couple farm ponds, within the section, so makes sense that they're like
checking it out.
Hey, what's this? But yeah, I just need a big old buck to start using it.
I've had quite a few little bucks using it. One kind of nice one, but
yeah,
hopefully something shows up.
Yep, we're at that time where that September scramble starting to happen. This weather, the moon, it's all happening just about now.
Yeah, I had one of the biggest deers I've had, which is not, he's a really old deer. I call him a lop-eared buck. He's got one of his ears broke. Okay. Jason and I found a shed to him 2 years ago after the guys did a prescribed burn on some private land. And then last year he was the same 150-inch 9-pointer, and he's probably 155 this year.
Okay.
But he was on one property, and one night he made like a 2-mile loop. So he was out kind of just walking around, and it was cool out. So
yep.
Then he ended up behind my house.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, I actually had one of the biggest deer on my uncle's piece that I hunt. He showed back up after maybe 10 days or so, but he was on 4 different cameras. So he made a pretty big loop on the
He's
pond.
the one that was on the beans, and the beans probably turned yellow, and he said, hey, I'm going to go for a jaunt.
Yep. So we'll see.
It's crazy. The beans are coming out around here. The farmer down the road got his out, and then the other farmer, he got one of his cornfields of the 3 out.
Yeah, the one right down the road here, he got a strip done.
Yeah, I think that's for insurance purposes that they leave that there so they can go back and look at the crop. There's something along the lines of that, but not exactly sure.
Maybe if actual farmer knows.
Yeah, actual farmer, not a deer farmer. So youth season is looking good. You're going to have both girls out. I'm going to take Jace out. It looks like we're going to be able to go Saturday morning, but not Saturday night. So there's been a lot of deer on the alfalfa in the mornings. We can sneak into our new muddy blind.
Right.
And Jeff went and put our new chairs in there. We got the new window kits. He picked them up from Jacob. And the new window kits are magnetic, so I'm not sure how they work. Or I think maybe they 3M adhesive on.
Well, I was looking at my blind today because I finally got mine after 2 months of it being down there. I finally got it up on the tower today, and there's magnets on the windows.
Oh, so they just stick right to the windows.
They're 1.5 inches long, about the size of a pencil, maybe a little bit smaller than a pencil, just stuck on. They're already on there.
That's cool, because on the window kit itself, it says something about magnetic. So that's
So I'm assuming that those are probably epoxied on in the process of building it.
And I wonder if in those kits for the older Hawk Office or Muddy Blinds or whatever, if they have magnets with them, so you can add them as well.
Yeah, so
I would imagine so.
Yeah, either 3M adhesive.
So our old blinds don't have those magnets.
Yeah, mine are double-sided adhesive, but I got in the Hawk blind today, and it's been hot enough on some of the windows, the adhesive had fallen down, which is fine, because I'm going to go in and flex tape all the windows I do not open. I'm going to flex tape all the seal all the way around.
Which majority of the time you're hunting out of the front three, right?
Front three.
And then you leave kind of on the sides, you leave a gap so you can kind of see or peek out of it.
Yep, because like on those window kits, they have the mesh, then they have the solid, and usually what I do is I pull the solid down, and then the mesh is up. I'm not going to shoot out of it, whether it just doesn't fit the blind or doesn't fit the scenario of me being able to shoot out of it, which, maybe it'll burn me someday. I don't know. But that one, the muddy I put up today, I got to thinking, okay, this one over to the left, kind of where the CRP rolls over into I'm not going to do that to that one because I feel like at some point I'm going to I could open that and have to shoot out the side.
Especially with a gun or something.
Yeah, late muzzleloader or something like that, or the youth, whatever it may be. So we'll see.
Yeah, our blinds, besides, two of my 3 blinds are set up where I'm on kind of the edge of field, and I got timber behind me, so most of the time I can't shoot back there anyway. The one blind that's sitting out in the clover and turnips, it's basically right on the edge, so I can shoot 360 around there. So it's nice to have those windows I can swing open or I can close, and that way they can't daylight me.
Yeah, and that's one of the nice things, and what I've we might as well just do a couple of the things that we've done to our blinds tip-wise is when I get into my blinds, I open up the windows I could open. Just there could be a little bit of that moisture.
There's a little creek in there
that could have sat in there a little bit.
Stuck,
they could be a little sticky, just from being shut for, especially this time of year, they've been shut for 6-8 months. So I'll actually go in and I don't know if I'll do it Friday in between the rains, but I'm going to actually add carpet to both of mine. I kept the felt out of my muddy and I brought it home, and I'm going to pre-cut them at home.
So just fit right in there.
And then so I'll be able to go in, pull the chairs out of the hawk, lay that down there, put the chairs back on. Same thing with the muddy. I'll put the felt down, put the carpet on top, and a little bit of insulation, a little bit of comfort, a little bit more quiet. And I think that's going to help a ton.
It's more comfortable too for the kids.
Yeah, like
you want to lay down and sleep.
Yep, the girls will want to take off their boots right when they get in there, and as long as it's not muddy, it's not a big deal. And if you get mud in there, it's a hunting blind. You were going to get mud in there anyways, late season and whatnot. And then I actually I have a little DeWalt battery operated vacuum. I just take that up there and suck.
I bought Ego Pro.
Okay. Yep.
And it's a big shop vac looking thing, but it's cordless. So I put my battery on there for my leaf blower, and I went and sucked out all the flies and all the dirt from our boots and stuff, and made it so it's comfortable, because sometimes if you leave a window cracked or something, those flies can get in there, and then they bring their buddies, and then they mate, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, and that's one of the things I do is any extra weather stripping. Like I'm going to do it. Some people will spray foam around the top.
That's what we did.
I'm just going to get the expandable insulation or the weather stripping that'll foam up to like an inch wide, and I'll just I'll open it up, take a screwdriver, and just shove it up in there all the way around, and it'll expand, and just any little bit to keep that much more scent in there, because it doesn't take much.
Yep, that's exactly what we did. We just spray foamed inside, and anything that can help, and especially once you open that window, it sends out all your scent. But if you have an ozonics in there too, that helps. And
Yep. We were just talking about that before we started this. I like to set my stuff up, and so I don't have to carry multiple things in and out. I'll set up a bracket for that. I'll set up my GoPro mount behind me. I'll just leave one in there. I actually have a heater in the one from last year. It's still sitting in there.
Yeah.
You use a big one.
Yeah. So in 2 of the 3 blinds, we drilled holes. In my 3rd blind, I haven't drilled the hole yet, but we drill holes, and then we'll seal the hole up. We'll have the propane hose going all the way to an actual tank, and Jeff
25-gallon tanks.
Yeah, Jeff went and spray painted the tanks so they kind of blend in, whatever.
Yeah. And
so it's there and it's ready. So when it's cold out, I can just flip that thing, and those blinds hold heat like none other. You can't, if you turn it on low, you're probably going to turn it off within a few minutes, and that's one thing. It seems like when it gets cold enough out, you can fog those windows over. So if you add a heater, it's probably in your best interest to put like a Rain-X anti-fog on the windows.
Yep.
Or, before you go hunting, do it a couple times a year, wipe down the window, spray and wipe down the windows.
Yep.
and that helps tremendously. Being able to see out of them, which is, it's nice.
Yeah, I actually have a little Rubbermaid container. I have a rag, small thing of Rain-X, a squeegee, and then one other. I think I might have 2 rags in there. They get wet.
To wipe off the windows.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So, and I just little tiny box. I can put it underneath one of the chairs. Just sits there. Doesn't hurt anything.
Yeah, and you can get those Rain-X wipes too. That would be
Yep.
super simple to throw in your pack and go out there, the time of the hunt or before, and
Right.
clean them off.
Yep. I think the heater I just have now is one of the single pound canister ones that just sits
Yeah.
there.
And the reason why we're talking about blinds with youth season is because a lot of times when you have a younger hunter, whether it's a pop-up blind or a hard-sided blind like we're talking about, the kids like to move, and it's hard yelling at them, hey, don't move.
Yep.
You want them to enjoy the outdoors, whether you're in a preview or a office or a muddy hard-sided blind. It's nice to have different options in blinds, and you can even have a ghost blind and take out, or something that the kids can move around and the deer still can't see you.
Yep.
Just anything to get out there with the kids and enjoy it, rather than taking a 6 or 7-year-old up to a 12-year-old up in a tree stand where they're moving around and they're trying to shoot a gun out of a tree stand. Or
You want it to be fun. You want it to be enjoyable. You want them to want to do it again.
Yep.
And that's the hardest part. And if you're constantly, hey, stop moving. Hey, be quiet.
Yeah, don't
hey,
do this.
Don't do
That.
this. Do this. You're eating your food. You're
Yeah.
making a little bit of noise. You do it in a blind. There's a lot less of
Yeah,
an
you
issue.
can actually sit in there and have a conversation on the phone, and the deer in a hard-sided blind, they can't hear you.
Yeah. And I mean, say with it whatever you will. The whole point of going deer hunting.
Yep. And so keeping them excited, that's another thing. Watching deer hunts on TV, just having them from every aspect of the hunt to go and to buy the tag, take them on that journey. And just the other day, I'm like, hey, Jace, we got 5 days till deer season. He's like, can we do anything? What should we do? I'm like, well, we can get everything ready. Okay, let's go do that. So now we have the gun with the bog pod, death grip. We got the camera, everything's sitting on that over there.
Right.
He's got his backpack right there. So where's my binoculars at? I'm like, well, I have 2 pairs. You can have mine. He's like, okay, what else do we need?
Right.
We need snacks. I'm like, we'll get those.
We don't need those this second.
So he's already excited to get up Saturday morning, and we're going to go regardless if it rains or not, and go to Casey's or come and go and get donuts and get a prime or a chocolate milk. So that little stuff kind of leading up to it is exciting.
Yeah. Yep. Obviously is way more into it than a lot of kids. My daughters are 13 and 10, and they enjoy doing it because they like to go with me.
They know you like it, so
they know I like that they go, and they're both excited. I've been talking to them like, hey, we're gonna go, this guy's farm. We're gonna go sit here, and they're like, oh, okay, And then I told Sophie didn't shoot a deer last year, so she gets first shot this year, and Charlotte's like, that's fine. It's okay. I don't mind going later. I'm like, you never know. We'll see how it goes. We could shoot 2 deer in one night. We don't know. And she's like, yeah, it's fine. I like going deer hunting, and she does. It's one of those, once you get out there and do it, then they have fun with it as long as it's enjoyable. And they definitely like it more than turkey hunting, because turkey hunting, we're getting up at 2 or 3 in the morning and they hate it.
Yep, same here.
But both the girls killed their birds in the middle of the day last year. Sophie killed hers at 10 in the morning, and then Charlotte killed hers at 2:30, same day.
Yep.
And it was just, they're like, why do we get up early and go? And I'm like, honey, I guess I don't know. Because I like to hear the birds gobbling. I think that's what you want, and that's part of the experience for me. And they're just like, no.
Just go midday and shoot one.
Can we sleep in a little bit and call one in? That worked great.
And, yeah, I'm with them on that one. I like to a couple times a year experience that, but majority of the time it's nice going midday. I took Jace a few times. We didn't have that much luck, but yeah, it's fun. I had kind of a dad fail, and you were kind of in on this. So Jace, he bats left-handed, throws the ball right-handed. He's kind of ambidextrous, but he's left eye dominant. I got him a right-handed bow. Actually, this is like his 3rd or 4th bow, and my buddy Josh gave it to him, and it's right-handed. Well, Jesse got it set up so he can actually draw it. He draws it back. He's got the release on it. We're teaching him. Well, he's looking with his left eye. So he's left eye dominant, trying to shoot a right-handed bow. So we'll probably have to get a patch for his eye.
Yeah.
But so going back about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, we were out shooting the gun, and he was doing the same thing, shooting it right-handed, but with his left eye. I'm like, all right, you're new to this. Let's get you shooting left-handed on the gun. We'll have to work on the bow. And he went left-handed on the gun, and he's like, oh, I can see it's much better now. That makes sense. And then he hit the target like 75 yards 3 times in like a pop can size group. So he's ready. He was shooting the gun by himself. Last year it was like, all right, is this going to kick? It's a 350 Legend on an AR platform. Kicks a little bit, not a lot.
Especially in a
for a 5-year-old. I mean, he shot a doe with it and killed her and had a great shot on her. But the bucks that we had those encounters with, he shot him a little low, and maybe that's my fault. But this year he's got confidence shooting the target, and we're ready. So I know I can put him up, make sure that thing's level in the blind. Your girls are tall enough where that the horizontal window's easy for them to shoot out. Well, Jace is a little bit shorter, so he's gonna have to go to the vertical windows, which are nice on the muddy blinds and the Hawk office.
Right. Yeah. Unless you get some sort of setup like even those muddy chairs right there, you could put one of those in the blind so he could get on his knees.
Yep. And our new chairs, the muddy chairs, swivel E's or wherever they are, they have settings where you can adjust it. So he could sit up higher on that, and we could adjust the legs and the pedestal so he's high enough on those. Have you put them together yet?
No, they're still in the box. I'm probably going to do it tonight when I get home. Like I said, I won't go down tomorrow if it's going to rain, but maybe Friday. I'm probably going to do some running around tomorrow. Get the carpet. Haven't bought all my tags. Haven't got the girls' tags. I haven't bought any scent away spray. Haven't washed my clothes. It's like, oh, crap, I kind of need to – I don't even have anything ready.
This, yeah.
I don't have anything set there. Like I said, I shot the gun today when I was down at the farm because the farm we're going to, he's like, yeah, you might have like a 20, 30-yard shot. And I'm like, I've never shot this gun that close since the day I sighted it in. I don't know what it's going to do. And I shot it at 50 yards, and it was dead on. Yeah. I'm like, all right, 20 yards, it's going to be within an inch. Yep. So just hold right where you should and let her eat.
Yep, and that's what I did, too. I shot the gun before Jace did just to make sure everything was okay. Oh, yeah. It was right on the money, so.
Yep, that way you can take any of his air, the kid's air out of it. Yep. What's going on?
Also, when it comes to the gun thing, these younger hunters, it's nice to have one shot in the gun and then have another clip with one more shell in it in case you need a follow-up shot. That way they're not pulling the trigger and pulling it again because it's a semi-auto. So having a one shot, just putting one in there for these younger hunters, that's a great recommendation for safety. Yeah. And also having hearing protection. So the Walker game ears, you can turn those on if you get the right.
Yep.
I don't know what model they are.
I mean, 99% of their models are electric.
You can talk like we're talking now with the earmuffs on.
Whisper. Yeah, they're hearing enhancers and silencers.
Yep. So as soon as the gunshot goes off, they can't hear that.
Yep. So and I wore them today when I shot.
And they work so good. It's kind of a funny story. I was duck hunting with a biologist up in Northeast Iowa, and his dog was sitting between us, and some teal came in. And I got a little trigger happy, and I shot. And his dog took off to go get the teal, and Troy was yelling at his dog, like, "Hey, we didn't shoot!" Blah. I'm like, "Dude, Troy, I shot," but he had those hearing and silencers on, so he didn't even hear my shot at all.
Okay. So
it must work pretty good. So
yeah, and it does. Like I said, I shot today. Sam that went down and helped me put up my blind. He got his boy a 450 Legend. Or a 450 Bushmaster, AR platform, and he had never shot it, sighted in, so we put in a red dot, and we shot it at my farm he's like, yeah, it's going to be like a 50-yard shot, so we got it dialed in at 50 yards and be good to go, so.
Yeah, it's exciting. We're looking forward to hunting, but it's nice to be able to take out our kids when you get these youth tags. If you get a youth tag, they're good for the entire season with that weapon of choice during that season. So
yep, as long as you buy them before youth season's over. Yep. You can't go October 10th and buy a youth tag and have it go the whole time.
Yep. So make sure you get your youth tags before youth season is over. Yeah.
Yep. So I'll get mine tomorrow. And if you're taking somebody out, you have to have a valid deer tag also.
And also Hunter Orange.
Yes. whoever's with.
Whoever is the adult that's
Yep.
taking the kid out. Yep.
So yeah, it's easiest for us. We all wear Blaze vests. We all
Yep.
wear Blaze hats.
And
it's just it.
if you're looking for a vest that's very cheap and it works great for kids, the HME makes one.
Yep.
It's just an orange vest for the young adult, the youth. And I don't know if they make them for adults, but they make them for youth.
Yeah.
And Jace has one, and I struggled finding a Blaze orange vest for kids, and then I found it on Amazon for like $13 or something like that.
My kids, I have HS ones, Hunter Specialty ones, same thing. They're just throw them over. There's a little Velcro strap.
Yep,
right
that's
in the
exactly
middle,
what it is.
And that's all it is. And they have those. They have their hats.
Yep.
And
another thing to get them if you're going in the morning or walking out of the night, get them a little cheap, Cyclops clip-on light on their hat, or I got Jason one to put in his pack, and he loves walking with that. He just looking all around, and he can see his feet. And
got the green ones.
make sure they have a light.
Yep.
Yeah, green one, white one, whatever. Just to have light. We like to use green a lot, but the more I've heard other people talk is they're having the brightest light they can get in, and basically so the deer, they're blinding them when they're walking. So
right. I mean, I forget the old adage is, what is it? See it 3 times, hear you twice, smell you once, something like that, along those lines. Deer tolerate.
Yeah, just how many times have you went, trapping a raccoon hunt or whatever, and you walk up on a deer and you're shining it, and it's just sitting there staring at you like, I don't know what you are. Like, people kind of put that out there. Well, the deer's going to see my light or see me walk in. Well, maybe, but I don't think they're probably going to smell you or hear you.
Smell you, or you're tripping over stuff.
Yeah, you're walking like a human.
Yeah, it's a whole nother thing. I'd rather know, and I only do green. That's just my personal preference, but it's a bright green light. Yep. It's not a one bulb. It's like 5 bulbs. And
I have the same one as you. I think you actually bought it when we were on the river.
Yeah.
On Adam's bachelor party. That does work great, but since then I got a little bit brighter white light I might try this year. It's other hunters can see the green or the white, so it doesn't matter for that perspective, but
right.
Safety first.
Yep. I think a lot of it just boils down to personal preference, like pretty much everything.
Yep.
Figure out what works for you and go that way with it.
If you want to use red, but make sure the kiddos have a flashlight, handheld, whatever, just so they're part of the hunt.
Yeah, they just it keeps them entertained.
Yep.
Be it
flashlight, food, drinks, place to go potty, and Hunter Orange. And if you're in a blind, you can bring a fan if it's real hot. Just that circulate that air in there.
Yeah, I have mine's charging right now. It's a little one I plug in that I'll definitely be taking this weekend.
And I got a Craftsman that I put my impact battery in there, and it lasts for an hour or two on high.
Right.
So.
Yeah. The funny thing was I have one that I recharged. I bought it when I went to Kentucky last year. Dug it out, charged.
Really?
It's been sitting in a tote since September last year.
Got a good battery in it.
And I'm like, I
like
got to plug it in.
So one like you clip over your neck and it.
No, it's got a little flexible tripod. I did that though. I put on my bino harness and I had it sitting right here because when I was in Kentucky last year,
degrees.
It was actual temperature 98 degrees, real feel like 106. It was horrible.
No thanks.
It sucked. It was really bad, and I don't think I saw a single deer from the stand in 4 sits. So not fun.
No, not at all. But yeah, we look forward to this year. We got team members with some big deer on camera.
Yep. Actually, just dropped the first hunt.
Yep, that was a good one. I liked your intro. That was cool. I watched that this morning.
Yep. So it's good times. It's here. We'll be hunting in a couple weeks.
The weather's turning. The leaves are falling. The cottonwoods and the walnuts. The leaves are dropping like crazy. The black walnuts are dropping like crazy. The acorns are all over. The crops are coming out.
A lot of acorns this year. A lot of acorns.
Yep. So if your deer disappeared, that's probably why.
Yep. Just know that, whether you're changing cameras, I moved a few cameras into interior scrapes and just trying to pattern deer what I can and trying to hone in on them. But this time of year, they're still moving around a decent amount, especially with crops changing. Like the one farm was green beans 2 weeks ago, and they were same trail every night. Now they're yellow and falling apart. I'm like, where's this deer?
Yep. They're
he's
gone.
somewhere else.
Yep.
Eating acorns, going somewhere else. He's on a different ridge. But, yep, it's fun because you also get those deer you haven't seen before. I had a lot of deer last night come in. You know, every single farm I had the biggest deer I had on camera show up, not to mention half a dozen new small deer.
I'm still waiting on that, brother.
It'll
I'm
happen.
waiting. I got all the does in the world. I've had more doe pictures this year than I think I ever have, which is it's good for when the time's right. But
Yep.
we'll see how this fall plays out, and hopefully bring you guys a bunch of videos. And
Yeah. Giveaway. This is the video that we need
so
shared.
what are we giving away?
So I got some Beast broadheads.
How many packs?
One
Pack.
one pack of the 2-inchers.
Okay.
I got a wild game camera, cell camera.
Encounter 2.0.
Yep. Got some Outdoor X apparel that I'll send. So whoever wins, I'll get a hold of you and get a size as far as shirt or hoodie goes.
Let's throw in a Bomar grip tape and a Bomar nose kisser button. I'll throw in those.
Okay. Yep. And then I think I got to spare. In my opinion, the best thing you can take to your stand when you're deer hunting is the buck bomb, buck and rut. I got one of those. We'll throw in there, and I mean, we both have deer on the wall that we would not have killed without them.
Last year, the year before that, like buck bomb is the cheapest, best scent you can buy in the aerosol can.
100%. The buck rut, the green label, it is the best.
I
cover
honestly think I could go from work, not shower, go out and spray down and kind of consistently spray that and still kill a deer.
scent. Yeah.
It is that good. And we go to, a Fleet Farm
Yeah.
because we'll run out of it and we'll buy more.
I buy mine at Fleet Farm. Like I said, I have 2 cans, and I'm going to give one of them away in this. So I need at least a couple more to get me through October.
So buy buck bomb,
Yep.
buck and rut.
Yep. So basically, the giveaway is a hodgepodge of a bunch of different stuff. Little goodie bag, basically, kind of show thanks for.
Yep. So
Watching the
one more
podcast.
time, Encounter 2.0, Bomar grip tape, Bomar nose kisser button,
Beast
pack of Beast broadheads.
Yep.
What else we got?
Buck bomb.
OXM swag.
Yep.
And whoever wins can get the size.
Yep. I'll get a size,
T-shirts
and I have most of them in stock, so I
Okay.
can T-shirt or hoodie, something like that. I got a couple hats I'll throw in, koozies.
One winner gets all this.
Yep.
So you got to share this
Yep,
on YouTube.
Share the YouTube video.
So anybody listening to this on the Outdoor Call Radio app
Yep.
needs to go to YouTube,
Go to the YouTube.
share it on Facebook.
Share.
So you can copy the link on YouTube and then go to your Facebook.
Yep, or your Instagram. Share it on the story. Any of that stuff.
Comment done on YouTube.
Yep.
That way we can see and then go back and see if you actually shared it.
Yep, and then make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel. We only got one hunt up now, but we have so many good hunts from the last couple of years. Big giant deer. Awesome turkeys. All sorts of stuff.
Go if you
Crazy
guys are
shags.
getting excited for deer season, like most of everybody is that's listening to this.
Yep.
Go watch our deer hunts from last year. There's some really good ones.
A lot of big deer. A lot of 2 in the 90s. Another one in the 80s. Couple in the 70s.
One giant velvet buck in Kentucky.
Yeah, that was mid 80s, low 80s. I think after it was all said and done. There was like 5 or 6 deer over 170 that we got killed last year.
That was a good year.
Great year. So every year it's been getting a little bit better. So I'm pretty excited about what this year could bring. So
I know one thing on my list I got to shoot my bow a couple more times. As I've been like the last couple of weeks, just been so busy.
yeah, I've shot a little bit. I get home from the gym, go out, and I'll only shoot like half a dozen arrows.
Yeah.
Pop 1 or 2 at 20, drop back to 50, shoot a couple sets, and be done.
Yep, that's exactly what I do. I should probably shoot 2 or 3 arrows once leading up into the season. So
Yep. I don't go out and drop 40, 50 reps at night. At this point, it's
tell you what, I need to. Since we went on vacation, I was throwing a little football on the beach, and hopefully it doesn't mess with my drawing my bow back. But something in my arm, like throwing that lightweight football, just tore it up. So I should probably shoot maybe tonight and tomorrow.
Yep.
make sure that's not going to be an issue.
Make sure you can pull it back once.
That's all I need. Yep.
So yeah, with that we'll wrap this one up. But this is the video.
55.
55 that you need to get after. Share it to Facebook.
Comment done.
Comment done. Make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel, and we'll pick a winner in probably 2 weeks or something. We'll let this go a little bit. First week or so of October, we'll announce the winner. So
awesome.
Perfect.
Well, thanks for listening, guys. Or watching. Good luck out there.
Yep.